Walk with me. It's been a minute. Been a minute since we went on a walk together, but it's I'm the lady sharing life lessons that I'm learning along the way. Listen, real quick. So I came across an old video that I did after the Shanquella Robinson murder. I do say murder. That was back in, I want to say a couple of years ago, 2022. And I don't think I even posted the video, but just talking about friends. What about your friends? QTLC. Listen, if you don't know, you can look it up. She basically went on a trip with a group of so-called friends, guys and girls, and ended up dying over there under very mysterious circumstances. There was definitely some violence that occurred, caught on video, all that stuff. We need to actually not just forget about these people. I know life goes on, but man, that was such a disturbing situation, and I don't think there ever was justice in the situation. And those individuals were never held accountable from what I can tell. But let's talk about friends. Not only what type of friends that you have in your circle, how to evaluate individuals that are trying to become your friend, but also let's take it internal. What type of friend are you? Now, no, I'm always not, it's not a one-sided thing. It's not a one-sided thing. You always have to look at self and take every opportunity to evaluate self, your own motivations, your own, chinks in your armor. This is the first thing. With friends or potential friends, the number one thing, first of all, is that you're in alignment with what type of person you are and what type of person they are. For example, if there's a person that they're into drinking and doing drugs and all of those type of things, and you're not, I would venture to say you're not in alignment to be friends. Y'all can be cool. Cool means, hey, when you see them, however you see them, in the neighborhood, at school, at work, or whatever, because work is also a thing. I'm not just talking to younger people. I'm talking about everybody. There are adults that they're into some stuff outside of the workplace that you may discover. Okay, if you are ever pressured by an individual to do things that are outside of your lifestyle, outside of your character, and it's negative things, I'm not talking about people that, push you to be better and greater, push you out of your comfort zone in a good and positive way. I'm talking about things that are detrimental to life. Those individuals probably either not your friend or too toxic to be a true friend to anyone. The definition of friend is someone that you choose to be in their lives and they choose to be in your lives, and you all have a synergy between you. You have a chemistry, you have a flow, and you all make each other better. It's been a long time since I've been in school, but I know my friends that, for instance, when I was in college, I wasn't that close to the people that wasn't about nothing. we had a good time, we had fun, but we also was like, okay, you going to the library today? Let's meet up at the library. I'll meet you. Okay, let's meet at, Kerr Hall, and then let's go to the library and get a couple hours studying in. That's the type of friends I had. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go to the party first. Okay, well, let's go study for the test first, and then let's go da-da-da. Okay. And yeah, we did some crazy stuff too, but it was everybody came out whole. No one was left behind. No one was taken advantage of. We had each other's backs. When I look at friends now, it's the same energy. A friend you should be able to trust. I mean, darn near with your life. That means that you are very secure that they would not harm you in any way. That means they wouldn't harm you physically, emotionally, psychologically, financially, spiritually, in any way. Some of you all, the friends that you have in your circle, my God, like, who needs enemies? And you keep just forcing it. Let me talk to some of you all that are super religious, overly spiritual. Y'all with these sacrificial friendships, you do not get along with this person. They get on your nerves. They're frustrated, irritated. But you try to force it. You try to force the relationship because you put some type of spiritual something on it. Well, I feel God is leading me. I'm crucifying the flesh. Listen, Jesus was crucified. He was the lamb. He was the martyr. He was the sacrifice. Dang, these geese have towed up this sidewalk with their duke. It's disgusting. Gotta watch where I'm stepping. But you understand what I'm saying? I don't believe in that. I don't believe in forcing relationships of any kind. Of any kind. And some of you all trying to be super spiritual, you are in these friendships and you don't even like the person, and guess what? They probably don't like you. And that's kind of hypocritical. Okay? Listen, I'm just keeping it real. Sit down for a second. I'm keeping it real. Friendships don't need to be forced. Friendships are organic and natural. They're natural. Because anytime you force something, I guarantee you, eventually you're going to regret that relationship, because you may find yourself in a situation that you don't want to be in. Child, these bugs. Let me get back to walking now. On the other side, let us all think about what type of friend we are. If you, every time that you think about, oh, that person is such a good friend, that person is such a good friend, and if someone were to ask you why, and the only thing that you can come up with is what that person does for you, how they've been there for you, but there is not a reciprocity, I would say, need to look at that. What kind of friend are you? This person that is always there for you, has there ever been a time that you were there for them? You really have to watch that with people that are very giving. It can be very easy to just fall into a rhythm of them always doing for you, them always leaning in your direction, them always bending toward you. If you are in your heart a real, true friend, you will be uncomfortable with that. I almost had to let go of a friend because I had to tell this individual that I don't like one-sided, lopsided relationships of any kind. It's not okay with me that you're always there for me. You're always supporting me. And when I try to reciprocate, you're resistant. That's not okay with me. Because to me, that makes me feel like we're not really friends. Friends, it's a two-way, there's a mutuality, there's a reciprocation. And it's not because, somebody is keeping tabs. It's natural. You want to be there for each other. You want to help, comfort, encourage each other. You want to help each other elevate. If every conversation with a friend is all about you, lopsided, need to switch that energy. Sometimes, it's not that a person is not truly a friend. Sometimes people are just not aware. Self-centered. That type of thing. The main thing, though, is with friendship, any friendship, you should be able to be yourself. You should be safe in every way. There should be no pressure to be anything that you are not, or to participate in anything that is not you. I am still sad for Shanquella Robinson and how her life ended. And we still don't know all the full details, but we know enough. Technology. Evaluate your friend circle. Evaluate yourself. Jogging. I ain't jogging, I'm walking. All right, bye. So, the lessons that we can learn from the Shanquella Robinson situation. Number one, you can be unequally yoked with friends, right? You cannot ignore when there's somebody that doesn't have good intent towards you. And that comes in small ways. You have to be able to read body language. You have to be able to read what people say directly to you and about you to others. And just their energy. Like sometimes they can be nice, nasty, you know what I mean? And they may not do anything blatant, but if you're tuned in, you'll be able to pick up that something ain't quite right. This whole story is heartbreaking on so many levels. And the reality is that jealous people or envious people, and this is actually assumption, right? It's assumption that jealousy and envy is what came into play with these particular people. But nevertheless, the reality is that, as human beings, we all have the ability to be jealous or envious of others, right? And typically you're more vulnerable with that or to that when you are unhappy with yourself or your life for one reason or another. So if, you're not feeling that great physically, if you're not you're not in the place financially that you'd like to be, if your personal life is not where you would like it to be in terms of relationships or whatever, then you're more vulnerable to being jealous or envious of others. The difference is there's a seasonal thing where, you know, that's just where you're at that point, and you can acknowledge, man, you know, such and such got it, you know, seem to be, you know, having the experiences that I want to have, or whatever the case may be. You know, many of us have experienced that even with just watching social media. That's also the danger of social media in terms of your mental health, etc. But then you have people that jealousy and envy is a part of their character. It is something that they have embedded in them that will actually cause them to, if given the opportunity, wreak havoc in someone else's life, even to the extent of what took place with this. Now, they may have been saying, oh, I just, you know, we jumped her, or, you know, we just, you know, wanted to, I was pissed off, or whatever. But to actually beat someone to the point where they expire from their injuries, that is a level of viciousness in which those blows were given. And I'm sorry, actually not sorry, these people need to pay. And when I say that, I'm not saying that somebody needs to go and jump them or do something to them or whatever. I mean that their lives need to be disrupted. They need to be arrested. They need to be put under the jail. It just is what it is. Teach your children how to behave, because those children grow up to be adults. If you foster a type of environment where when you're displeased or you don't like someone or you're angry that you have the right to physically attack people, this is the type of stuff that comes out of that. I'm gonna leave it there. Justice for her.